Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. That's so weird to say. I don't know what to say this before it starts. Hi, welcome. Okay, let me explain why I made this channel for all of you. Over the last year, I had some amazing experiences, fantasy related, cosplay related, makeup related, mostly makeup related. And I have been making vlogs about these experiences throughout the whole year. Did I get to post them? No. Why? I was nervous. Really nervous. I want to show you all of these amazing experiences that I got to do over the last year and that I still am gonna do the upcoming months. Because I think they're worth sharing and they mean a lot to me, and I hope that you guys are gonna enjoy them just as much as I love experiencing them. My story started back in March 2024 when I decided to buy a ticket to a fantasy event all by myself. This ticket we got a link to a Discord server specifically made for this event, and I was like, let's join it because I'm going to this random event in another country all by myself. And I didn't want to feel alone, if that makes sense. I met Elle, I think in December, and Elle turned out being my best friend ever. At the end of January, Elle messaged me privately. She was like, hey, I'm thinking about creating this event by myself. Basically, a Discord community. She wanted to create a Discord community for fantasy and book lovers to come together and just have fun. And I was like, yeah, count me in. Let's do this. 28th of January, and she created a Discord server, and it started growing pretty fast. We did not see this coming at all, but it started growing so freaking fast, which is amazing to be honest. And then I think 2 weeks in, she messaged me saying, I eventually want to do a fantasy event on my own. But it's something that's gonna happen not anytime soon, but years into the future. Not years, months into the future. I was like, great, let's do it. Once the time is right, we're gonna host a fantasy event. What we did not see coming was that this event was gonna be created within 2 weeks. So only 1 month into knowing Elle, she came up with the idea that Starlit Soirée that happened last October. We had a cast within 2 weeks, which is amazing to be honest. Everyone was so supportive, everyone loved it. The community kept on growing, like I couldn't keep up with the Discord server at all. And then March came, and March obviously was when this so-called fantasy event that I was gonna attend in London was gonna happen. And I was so excited because I was finally gonna be able to meet Elle. I messaged my friends, Elle, Georgie, and Lydia, say, what are we gonna do? Because we had our planes booked, we had our hotels booked. We were ready to go. We were not gonna cancel this. Our dresses were already in our suitcases. So we said, okay, let's go. So we did. Elle and I ended up booking an extra day before the day that we were originally gonna be there. So we decided to go there a day early to do some things for the Starlit Soirée. We went to the venue. We met Matt Harris, who eventually turned out to be our creative director. I love working with this guy. He was amazing. So yeah, this whole day was specifically there to start actually creating this event. And it was surreal, to be honest with you. Like, standing there in our venue, being there with our cast members, with our creative director, it blew my mind. Holy hell, this is happening. We're actually gonna do this. We had an Airbnb booked for the cast. Basically, we wanted to do this so that us and the cast could try and become closer as a team leading up to this ball. It was awesome, honestly. We had so many fun nights. We played games. We got to know each other closer. It was a great idea and it worked perfectly. I flew in on the Tuesday before the event. I got there really early in the morning
Elle picked me up from the airport, and then we drove into London Central, where we met up with some of our friends. What we did not completely plan was that Dakota and Corey were gonna be there really early on Tuesday as well. And they decided, like, let's go, let's hang out with them, because what else could we do? It was honestly amazing because Corey was instantly there shooting videos for us, making pictures. It was really fun. I don't know if they still do it, but back then our friends hosted these little Taco Tuesday nights. We didn't tell everyone else, so we just walked into this restaurant with 2 of our cast members, and it was just the most fun experience ever. On Wednesday, Elle and I had our last little free day without any consequences, to just hang out and spend some time together, which we did at Harry Potter Studios. I'm not gonna show you everything of the day right now because there's so much amazing content that we made at the studios. We did a little photo shoot in the church. Afterwards we went to the studios, spent a whole day of fun there, drank some butterbeer. On Thursday was the day that Stuart flew in. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Dave was supposed to be there as well later in the afternoon. So I think Thursday was the day when finally everything came together and we had to actually start working. Which we did. Eventually Stuart came up to me and he was like, let's go have some coffee and just walk around, see where our feet take us and have a chat. And I think that little quiet moment in the morning was everything I needed. Swatching through the window.
The kids were there! Only 25 plates! Only 25 plates!
I think that little walk with Stuart was when I first realized, okay, this is happening. Today's the day. When we get back from this walk, our responsibilities start. And I really needed that coffee because I was exhausted. Thank you, Stuart, because I needed it. I'm trying to remember. We decided to take the Americans through London, which was honestly so much fun because we could see this whole little different side of our cast members. This Thursday was also the first day when we told our followers that our cast members arrived in England. Basically what we did is we were in front of the Big Ben. We had Corey, Dakota and Chloe with us. We put them in front of the Big Ben. We made a little video and we posted that on our social media and it blew up. One of my friends works for Back to the Future on the West End and she texted me and invited me for a little backstage tour, which I was extremely excited about. For those that don't know me, I'm a huge musical theater fan. So having this little invitation from her, I was ecstatic. When I got this message, Stuart was there as well, and you guys know Stuart. You guys know that he is also a huge musical fan. So I told him about this message and he was like, I want to go as well. And he sent me a message that the second show wasn't sold out yet and that if we wanted we could buy some tickets for her, but I was completely broke. Stuart, once again being amazing, said, you know what, I'll take you.
Thank you.
Stuart was not a great companion though, because he slept through the whole musical, or not through the whole musical, but he slept through a huge part of the musical.
I fell asleep what? 10 times? First West End musical, what do you think?
I quite liked the second half. I didn't like the first half, I quite liked the second half. But you were a goner. You were a goner.
I fell asleep for about 20 minutes.
I I finally was able to meet up with one of my friends again at the stage door, and it was a dream come true being able to walk backstage at a West End musical. And I felt like a little child in a candy store. We don't have any footage of this evening because we weren't allowed to film there for obvious reasons. To run around London trying to catch our last bus, singing Mamma Mia, like.
Control. There's a fire within my soul.
And then Friday came. And this is the day where the nerves started to settle, because we only had this day left and tomorrow the ball was gonna be. So the pressure was high. It was up there. The beginning of Friday, we had a little meetup with the whole team. It was amazing seeing all of our work out there, all of these creators, all of these like totally different people, but at the same time everyone had the same mindset. I don't know, I was really emotional during that meeting, just because it was so real and I couldn't quite touch it yet, but it was there and we only had 24 hours left. Friday was also the day that Sean finally flew in. But this also meant that Friday was the only day where Sean, Juliet and Stuart could rehearse the whole dance. So Elle booked us a studio. This little rehearsal on the Friday afternoon was mind-blowing. Knowing that these 3 people had not danced this dance before and were putting all of their energy out there to learn this within one afternoon. We had 3 hours, I think. I didn't expect it to go that fast. They picked it up so quickly. And remember, these people are not professional dancers. They're just out there cosplaying, and all of a sudden they were told, here you have a dance, go dance it. And they absolutely smashed it.
Don't worry about the syncopation, just get used to that. 180 for me, and then 4 and 5. 6, rolling 7.
Oh, maybe that is the correct time. It is almost 4. For you, you've really got to push those hips forward.
I borrow you, Julia. We're here, I put her down. I want my base to be wide.
Right, yeah.
Hers is now. Yeah, leg goes out, then flies all the way down. 4. Good. Where do you want to turn? That way, that way. Now stand up at the same time. There it is, now stand. Now stand up. There it is.
Yeah. Pushing the hip up, because at the moment what's just happening is you're breaking key, and it looks a little bit like you're trying to find it out. So if you...
We originally decided that after the rehearsal, we were gonna go back to the Airbnb, enjoy this nice little dinner that Elle, Bella and David made, and then head towards bed. Spoiler alert, we didn't. One of the girls that was gonna come to the Starlit Soirée organized a pre-ball meetup, and we decided, fuck it, let's go there and have some fun while we still can. So we did, and we didn't tell anyone. We walked in there with the whole cast, and there were, I think, 70 girls there just freaking out. So many people came up to me in such a short amount of time, congratulating us, asking to have a picture with me, saying thank you for even creating this whole community. It was surreal. I can't really remember most of that night. Saturday came, and it was the day of the ball, and I didn't really have time to sit down and think about what was happening because we were just going. We didn't have time to sit down. We had a job to do.
Here we go.
You okay? Yep. We had our venue organizer asking us where we wanted security, what time we wanted the food to be served. To be completely honest, I forgot about the food on the night itself. Once the ball was there, people were talking about a mac and cheese. I didn't see a mac and cheese. At some point, Julia, Chan and Stuart came to practice their dance in the ballroom itself. So we quickly stopped by them because obviously Elle hadn't seen them rehearse the day up front, so it was the first time for her. It was really weird how quickly it flew by. Towards the end of the afternoon, our volunteers came in. We had a little meetup with the whole cast and the volunteers, once again going all over the safety rules. We didn't really have time to think about all of these people out there because we were getting the cast members ready. It was slowly starting to become closer and closer to the time we had to open those doors, and Elle and I were still in our jeans. It was insane. It was mad work, to be honest, but it worked. I do not have a lot of memories about the ball itself because honestly it flew by before I could even blink. I was constantly running around. I had a couple of people stop by me and be like, Kira, it's okay to breathe, you know? And I'm like, I can't, I don't have time. I just kept on running. And the same for Elle. Like, I don't think I really saw Elle once the ball began. I think it was a lesson as well. That was afterwards, we looked back at it and it was like, I don't know, we felt sorry for ourselves in some way because we hadn't been able to enjoy the night like we first anticipated it. There was one small moment during April's set where I was like, okay, everyone just leave me alone for a second. I'm gonna go to my friends and I'm gonna enjoy this little concert and then afterwards I'll come back. So I did. Can't help myself, no, I'm not into that. My experimental day. It's morning gray, what can I say? Gray's my favorite color. Obviously, with a ball that big, a couple of things went down, but nobody realized. And I think that's the magic of it all. Everyone was there, the whole team was working so hard on trying and making this experience as beautiful as they could for everyone out there. No one realized when we had some stressful moments. Towards the end of the evening, Stuart and Bella eventually ended up dancing on the stage and inviting the rest of the cast as well. It was beautiful. We stepped up there with the whole cast. It was the end of the evening. We didn't have to think about organizing it anymore because it was done. It was over. They were cheering Faye Club. We were dancing, we were laughing, we were crying. My friends were there. I can still remember this. I was standing on stage and I could see like my best friend standing up front of the stage just cheering, crying as well, and I was just running up to them, hugging them. While the security team of the venue was leading everyone outside, the cast, the volunteers, everyone who worked on this amazing evening all came together in the green room to have one little moment together. Someone bought tequila shots for the whole team. There is so much more that happened the days after. On Sunday we went back to clean everything up, which was a really emotional day because we were both extremely exhausted. All of the stress that we had been experiencing over the past week finally let loose. We cried a lot that day. I had a photo shoot planned with a couple of my friends in the afternoon. I was gone on that photo shoot. Elle brought Stuart back to the Airbnb. Some of the Americans, I can't remember who, but some of them left as well that day. So when I came back, the Airbnb was really quiet, and it was the first moment that the whole experience finally sunk in. Elle was there. We spent the night together. We were going over everything that happened throughout the whole week and just realizing that it was over. We did it. Everything that we worked so hard for months, it was done. And the crazy thing is, on Monday morning we had the promotion shoot for our next event planned. So we never really sat still, if that makes sense, because yes, the Starlit Soirée was over and Sunday was there to think back about everything that we did and to be emotional about it. But on Monday, life went up and we started everything completely over again.
Where are we going? It's a secret. It's a secret.
It's okay, I'm just passing. Sorry, further towards the door. But yeah, thank you.
I just want to say thank you for everyone who made this experience so wonderful and for everyone who was there to experience our first ball. I want to say thank you to everyone that worked the venue that day, to the photographers, to the cast members. I want to say thank you to our friends who kept on being those supportive, cheering people in the corner. They were always there. Thank you for Elle for bringing me among this journey and for continuing to bring me among this journey. It's everything. It changed my life and I'm extremely excited to see what else it's gonna do, what else this whole journey is gonna bring. Because right now we have the Twists and Temptations, the Lion's Solstice and Mythical Memories coming up. And I'm ready. We're gonna do this all over again. It's gonna be one emotional mess. It's gonna be a lot of stress. But it's fun. If you like this video, I have a lot more coming up. So subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I'll see you all soon. Well, I'll go through the hours of content that I made over the year and never showed you guys. See you later. Bye bye. Also, for obvious reasons, I need a better microphone for these videos. So if everyone has any tips, let me know.